As we all know on the Real Housewives of New Jersey, it's all about money and meltdowns. Well, we could be on the verge of an epic meltdown. Two stars of the show are in big trouble for allegedly not playing fair with their very real money. Nichelle Turner is live in Newark, where they were in court this morning. And Nichelle, there were just a few people there when they walked into court, right?
Yeah, just one or two or 50 people in the media there waiting for the Giudices this morning to make their initial court appearance. Now, John, you know, when they walked into federal court this morning and walked in to see the judge, they were very quiet. They sat right down. They didn't say much. The only thing they spoke to inside the courthouse was to tell the judge that they did understand the charges that they're facing. Basically, this reality couple's real life is getting very real.
Why'd you have to go there?
It's a real-life legal saga for two stars of Bravo's The Real Housewives of New Jersey, a reality series that's famous for bringing the drama. A U.S. District Court has indicted table-flipping housewife Teresa Giudice and her husband Joe on 39 counts of fraud and tax charges. The Giudices are accused of exaggerating their income while applying for loans before Housewives debuted in 2009, then hiding their fortunes in a bankruptcy filing after the first season aired. The federal indictment alleges the Giudices lied to the bankruptcy court, to the IRS, and to a number of banks. The pair faces pretty stiff penalties on the most serious charges, up to 30 years in prison and $1 million fine if convicted. Joe Giudice was also charged with failure to file tax returns between 2004 and 2008, a time when he earned nearly $1 million, adding to an already checkered legal past.
We've been hearing rumblings of in the news for years now, and it's all kind of come to a head with these latest charges.
Joe's lawyer did not immediately respond to requests for comment. However, Teresa's attorney told CNN she will plead not guilty, releasing a statement saying she supports her husband and adding, quote, "I am committed to my family and intend to maintain our lives in the best way possible, which includes continuing my career. As a result, I am hopeful that we will resolve this matter with the government as quickly as possible." With The Real Housewives of New Jersey in its 5th season on Bravo, Teresa's future with the show is potentially in jeopardy.
You can't really shoot the level of glamour and weave pulling behind bars.
Now, because this was an initial court appearance, John, and not an arraignment, that they did not enter a plea in court today. That will happen on August 14th. But there are some stipulations that the judge put on the Giudices today. Both of them were released on a $500,000 unsecured appearance bond. They also both had to surrender their passports. They are restricted to travel in New York and New Jersey. And one interesting thing that came out of this, Joe, or Giuseppe Giudice, as he is named in the complaint, is not a U.S. citizen, and he had to answer to that in court. So at the end of this, he did have to acknowledge the fact that he could possibly be deported back to Italy because he's an Italian citizen. Also, the judge said he had the right to talk to the Italian embassy throughout this process and to consult with them if they wanted. Now, I did walk out with both Teresa and Joe out of the courthouse in the middle of the media scrum. I kept asking them questions, you know, how did they feel? Are they worried about their children? They were tight-lipped. However, Joe's attorney did answer a couple questions for me. I asked him why Joe didn't take a plea in the other case that he has pending, and would he take a plea in here? And he said simply because his client is not guilty. Back to you.
A whole lot of reality. A real-life Nichelle Turner in real-life Newark, New Jersey. Great to see you there. An interesting case here. A laundry list of charges. And if this couple is found guilty, they do face a hefty sentence. So let's bring our legal panel to talk about this, break it all down. Criminal defense attorney Midwin Charles and trial attorney Heather Hansen. Midwin, let's start with you. Serious charges here, a long list of them. How much jail time could we be talking here?
Oh my goodness, I mean, they are looking at a totality of at least 55 years, and that's if they're lucky. The problem with this case is that they have lied, or allegedly, to various different governmental agencies, and I think we all know that the IRS, bankruptcy courts do not like it when people are not forthcoming. I mean, there are stars right now sitting in jail as a result of that. Lauryn Hill comes to mind. So they're looking at a lot of jail time. These are serious allegations, and they run the gamut from mail and wire fraud, to lying, to bankruptcy court, to filling out false loan applications as well. So it does not look good for them. And if I were them, I would be trying to settle and work out an arrangement as soon as possible, if possible.
Serious allegations, a number of allegations. So Heather, as a defense attorney, how do you go about defending them, especially considering that they are a very public couple?
Well, John, that's the perfect point, because it's the publicity. They're claiming that Teresa was not employed in 2009. In 2009, she started The Real Housewives show. The whole world practically knows that Teresa was employed. So it's going to be a very difficult case to defend. I agree with Midwin. Talking about a plea would probably be a good idea. I think it's interesting that they said that they have not pled yet. Now, Teresa's lawyer, they have separate attorneys, which I think is a great idea. Teresa's lawyer has said that she is going to plead not guilty. Joe's lawyer hasn't spoken to the issue, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a deal made by Teresa, and perhaps Joe will plead to some of these charges.
Look for some kind of deal. Midwin and Heather, stay with us. We'll be talking to you again in just a little